Also, willkommen zurück. Jetzt fangen wir eigentlich mal an mit dem Spiel Sherlock Holmes The Awakened. Und fangen wir direkt an. Du kannst Leute nur befragen, wenn du einen Hinweis auswählst und mit... Also, lass direkt wieder anfangen. Der Schatten über London. Baker Street. Kennt glaub jeder. Ja, wenn du es gelesen hast. Das ist ein Klassiker. Sag mir nicht, dass das Watson ist.
Dr. Watson, would you kindly close the door behind you so that we can limit the price of your carelessness to merely hours of work rather than days?
My apologies, Mr. Holmes. I found myself rather taken aback. I saw tidier houses in war-torn Afghanistan. Are those my surgical needles?
I ran out of tacks and the matter required immediate attention.
Was that my supper?
Plainly not, for I was the one who ate it.
I set it aside for this evening.
And for that I am grateful.
Is that my bed?
Watson, since you've proven yourself a master of observation, might I ask you to apply your skills to a more pertinent question? Namely, the whereabouts of today's newspapers. They are the key to everything. The newsboy is usually reliable.
Medically speaking, I often find that the key to everything is good sleep. In a bed. Your papers are here, on the table.
Let us see what the postman brought today.
Kommen zu dem Spiel genau.
This mess is getting out of hand. What will the landlady think? Most of us put our thoughts to paper, not to walls,
Also.
Mr. Holmes.
Schachbrett. Okay. Habe ich es richtig verstanden? Also, dass Leibwächterin eigentlich verschwunden ist von der Prinzessin.
Local gossip, all of it uninteresting.
Das dann. Nummerieren. Ja. Keine Ahnung. Die Zeitung dort. Jetzt kommen wir immer noch da.
Gedrückt und ins Visier. Gedrückt Hand an.
Your order from Barnes' bookshop has arrived, Doctor.
Barnes insists on delivering the books to our door, even though we could easily walk to his shop. That's good service.
Wie? Vogel.
Another letter from Werner. I never reply, but they keep coming.
Ah. Cool. Cool.
I don't see the Strand. Where is it?
Pardon me?
I am on the precipice of uncovering a pattern of crime across London spanning many months and involving many men. The missing paper cannot be a coincidence.
That's preposterous.
My dear fellow, life is infinitely stranger than anything which the mind of man can invent.
Well, life used your newspaper to wipe its posterior, so after that unpleasant discovery this morning, I disposed of it. But in lieu of the Strand, perhaps I can deliver you something equally tantalizing. I have just returned from a patient of mine, Captain Stemwick, who...
No, that will not do. Grab your coat, Dr. Watson. Let us hope nobody has collected the dustbin.
Cool.
The dustbin is yours for the digging, Mr. Holmes. Don't look at me. If you want the newspaper, you'll have to get your hands dirty.
Ah, så doet me rennen. Zo doet me zich focusseren.
If you come across one of my drafts, please leave it in the bin.
Was ist das?
You were mistaken, Dr. Watson. The paper was indeed dirtied, but not how you implied. It's potting soil. A cactus spine. If it gets in your skin, it's awfully tricky to remove, and when laced with poison, the perfect assassination tool. See, Watson? The conspiracy is real. Someone tried to poison me.
Poison? You? That's madness.
Echt niet echt gezet, maar.
Get the Strand! Get your copy of the Strand here! Sorry, Mr. Holmes. I just sold my last paper.
Blast. Then why are you still here?
Boss pays by the hour. No sense in returning early.
Was dat heeft gedaan?
You're a bright child. I presume you see everything that goes on around here?
Nothing gets past me, mister.
Then tell me, did you notice anyone suspicious at my door this morning?
Like the man with your newspaper?
Precisely. What do you know?
I know the value of a shilling.
Dr. Watson,
Cool, now I can take the day off.
Ja,
can you describe the man you saw?
He was carrying a lot of books. Up to his chin they were.
Never heard of a well-read assassin.
Looks can deceive. Hence the appeal of disguises.
De kracht van een murder van een kind.
Did you see what he was up to?
Nah, not really. I saw him approaching your house, but I had a customer. Then there's a loud bang. I ducked down. Not because I was scared, because I wasn't. I had to protect the merchandise. And all I could see was him kneeling at your door.
Which way did he go?
Not sure. I was distracted by customers. Sorry.
All right. You earned your shilling. That'll be all.
Thanks, Mr. Holmes. Maybe I could be your eyes and ears. If you have more shillings.
Dit om de
Get the
poort.
Strand! Get your copy of the Strand here!
Oké, dat is... Also ich würde mal kurz um... Jetzt haben wir es geschafft. Aha. Ja, das würde ich glaube auch glauben. Der Band ist komplett Komplott verwickelt. Er hat uns ja mich da umbringen mit der Kaktusstachel. Ist eigentlich nicht mal so dumm. Also,
Come now,
dort
Mr. Holmes. Murder? Yes, Barnes has his quirks, but he also has his scruples.
Not every pawn knows it's part of a game.
So sieht es nicht so aus.
Are you able to help me?
No, sir, I've never heard of it.
Help me, please.
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
Fish. Bookshop. Also, da reingehen. Wo ist Herr Barnes?
Do you even have enemies that would want to kill you? Okay, perhaps from Cordona.
Tinte.
Druckschwärze haben das hier.
Was?
Druckschwärze. Buch.
Ja, stimmt. Aber... So, ja.
Unter Druck gesetzt. Arbeitszeit. Stundenschein. Anhand von deinen Daten, weißt du, musst du jetzt selber entscheiden, ob es das
Ja.
oder das.
Was sagst
Ich glaube, wenn du unter Druck setzt, dann ist ständig unter dem hohen Absatz.
du? Aber... Warum hat er schon... Was bringt das Schmerz am linken Bein? Was bringt das uns?
Wegen dem Laufen. Unter hohen Absatz.
Ehrlich gesagt, ich weiß es gar nicht.
Also,
Nein, es geht nicht.
ja, uguale quello che dici.
Machen wir das.
Mr. Barnes, a word. Oh, for goodness sake.
Who goes there?
Sherlock Holmes. Now, will you please...
Mr. Holmes. Golly, I did not see you come in.
Would you care to answer some questions for me?
Well, I wish I could, but I am deep in the weeds with work. How about we reschedule in a month or two?
Come now, Mr. Barnes. It will only take a moment.
No, really deep in the weeds with important things. Well, help yourself to any book. Just take it and pay later. I trust you, Mr. Holmes.
Barnes doesn't seem like himself. Why is he acting this way?
You're asking the right questions, Doctor. Let's find a way to coax him out. The ladder is broken, recently, judging by the freshness of the wood. So, Barnes has a dog now. Who's a good boy? I could hardly imagine anything more macabre. Basics of cryptoanalysis, cryptography in Egypt. It appears Barnes has an interesting hobby. Finest view London has to offer. In the language of Mycroft's secret agents, it's a sign. Dried flowers are replaced when the job is done. I wonder who the recipient is. An improvised stand, but it does make the flowers more visible.
Barnes has always been a little odd, but this is uncharacteristic even for him.
Apologies, but I can't hear you. Please come back later.
Can I ask you a question?
Sorry, sir. I can't help you.
May I ask you something?
Excuse me, what? I'm not sure I know.
Hello there. What's your name?
Lily. I know, not very original. The weather is dreary, isn't it? To be fair, my flowers could use the rainfall. I should have worn something warmer. People don't tend to come out for flowers when it rains. Perhaps I should try selling door to door.
Encouraging people to stop and smell the roses?
Our national emblem. God save the Queen.
Familiar spine? Is this what I found in my dustbin? It must take patience and care to produce a bloom so beautiful.
I imagine so. I merely sell them.
The pot is damaged. The blow was severe, but softened by something.
Anything tickle your fancy, Mr. Holmes?
My condolences, Mrs. Fleming.
Mr. Holmes?
Your husband's death. You're clearly still in mourning.
Oh, no. I loved him more than anything, of course, but that was some time ago now. Life goes on.
A lesson we all learn, one way or another. One of these things is not like the other.
Come again?
The cactus. Those fearsome spines can prove a devil to remove, and the sap is often toxic.
And a rose thorn can give you tetanus, but we still grow them. The cactus seems comparatively harmless, though you have me thinking it must be valuable.
I was under the impression that you knew its price already.
Your guess is as good as mine. The first time I saw this cactus was when I came back from my break. I'm afraid I can't help with that, Mr. Holmes.
What do you make of the flowers in Barnes' shop window?
Well, they could use a bit of water.
Do they mean anything to you?
Mean anything how? I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Holmes.
Why do you think they're there?
Are you suggesting the flowers are for me?
It seems likely, does it not?
Oh, I hope you're right. I'm afraid I can't help with that, Mr. Holmes. I'm afraid I can't help with that, Mr. Holmes.
Are you familiar with Mr. Barnes?
Yes. No, not really. Well, in a way.
What on earth does that mean?
I know who he is, of course, but we haven't shared much more than a look.
A look?
Yes. Each morning I go for a walk in the park with my dog, and most days I spot Mr. Barnes there with his new puppy, so we see each other. Actually, we once met briefly while our dogs played. He was quiet and seemed unsteady as he approached, but since then, we've never spoken. I often see him staring through the shop window. Sometimes I wonder what he thinks about that would etch such longing onto his face.
Darf ich? Also, wir machen zuerst eine Pause und machen dann weiter. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Euch einschreiben, Kommentar und Like.